Marcellus, get us rolling.
Yeah.
Convinced the Patriots won't win the Super Bowl this year.
Not at all. But I can see your confidence, that Vegas arrogance that comes. You hit Vegas one time on the Chiefs game, and all of a sudden show up in a new Snoop blue suit. Talking about the team is done. This team's not done. Let's go back to last year. This same team that ended up winning the Super Bowl had losses in December to a Miami team and a Pittsburgh team. Neither one were playoff teams. So the same sentiment you can have about the Patriots right now, the sky is falling. It's the same thing you could have felt last year, and we know those results. So I'm looking at a team that has losses to the Ravens, to the Texans, and to the Chiefs. Those are 3 of the top 4 teams in the AFC. So if anything, this is just a setup for this team to learn itself through these adverse circumstances that Tom Brady even talked about. I know how to deal with this. We collectively don't know how to deal with this. But these are great learning experiences to self-correct when it matters most, and that's coming soon.
They're 2 bad calls away from being 11-2.
Say it.
And I just never seen a team so maligned and had the success that they're having. Maybe
Patriots have never benefited from bad calls, have they?
Well, again, they're 10-3. So even with and I loved how you prefaced the segment by letting us know that, there were missed calls. There were. These weren't just
happens.
These were not just missed calls. These were touchdown missed calls. Both were touchdowns. Not
points.
Not I gave you field position. They were finished. But I say that to say the offense is slowing down. They've used gimmick plays. They have done things to kind of shift the focal point of what defenses and teams are trying to do coming into the game. But I think it's too soon to put dirt on top of them because this team still finds ways to win games. And even in a game where they came up short yesterday, they showed the propensity to still be able to get back in the game and possibly win it.
I mean, the Chiefs made their mistakes, too, yesterday. I think you can always go back and say, okay, well, if the Chiefs didn't do this, then the Patriots would have. Anyway, we can forget about that. Will they win the Super Bowl this year? No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to do something I haven't done in 3 years. I've always said, don't ever count the Patriots out. Don't ever go against a Hall of Famer because that's what Tom Brady is. Tom Brady's getting older. That's all there is to it. He's still good. There's no doubt about that. Is he still a top quarterback in the league? Is he still a top 4 quarterback in the league?
No.
I don't think so. And there's not a knock against Tom, but you're 42 years old now. I remember my year 17. It's just little things start slowing down. You guys played long enough. You remember that the last year, it ain't quite what it used to be. Some of his throws are sailing from him, and he's one of those quarterbacks now that I think needs the surrounding cast around him to be great. It's not like he's out there making everybody else great anymore. He's still got a little bit of that, but it ain't what it used to be. He needs Gronkowski. He needs Antonio Brown. He needs these type of guys to get that offense going because that's what's wrong with him. It isn't the defense. It's that offense that I don't think is going to be able to match up in the playoffs against the Chiefs, against the Houston Texans, against the Baltimore Ravens for sure. They're not the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
I just don't think they have enough firepower, and Brady isn't what he used to be, with all due respect. I love Tom Brady.
You just said Tennessee Titans.
Yes, I did.
You just said it, too.
Oh, I said it a long time ago.
You agreeing with them.
So have you not seen them play lately?
Playoffs, man. They're
They're going to make the playoffs.
We'll get
We're going to get there. Yeah, that's getting ahead of ourselves. Look,
y'all wrong.
How about how things are so unpredictable in Foxborough that last year we didn't predict that they were going to win the Super Bowl championship. We were going through the roller coaster ride. And even when you think that they are guaranteed locks to win it all, they don't win it all. Last time I ever sat there and really said in the regular season, I know who's going to win the championship, was 2007. This team, when they were undefeated, I was like, oh, they got it. It's a wrap.
And lost.
They were winning with less, and then they got more, and I was like, it wasn't even close, and they lost. It is upside down in Foxborough. So for you to be convinced right now, I don't know where you get that kind of confidence.
The last 5 weeks. They haven't played well for 5 straight weeks.
They played the best teams, too.
No. The Cowboys and the Eagles, they didn't play well. They beat them.
Yeah, right.
And so, trust me, and they were down 10-0 to the Eagles. This offense, and I'm looking at Tom Brady and the way he's reacting this year, he knows what me and Tony are talking about. This isn't like it used to be. So those of you expecting us to snap out of this funk and correct these problems, he's like, I don't have the solutions. Gronkowski, I don't have another wide receiver. I don't have any. There's no solutions here. And this dude clears that. I can't believe two defensive guys. Y'all didn't watch the Chiefs just say, you know what, man, we just going to blitz this dude.
In one half.
If we get anywhere near him and move him off his spot, we're not worried.
But they didn't play well last year, and they wore the crown. 13-3 game against the Rams. We talk about the Rams' woes, but we didn't look at the Patriots. They have always found a way to win. They say, look, you're going to make a mistake, and we'll capitalize on that. I don't see why that formula's been disturbed just because of some close losses and a one blowout loss, let's just be real, to the Baltimore Ravens. And those are three of the top teams they're going to see going forward.
Yeah, that's the narrative I'm leaning on. And I'm also looking at it from the standpoint of once you get into the playoffs, there still is not a team that I would trust more, regardless of personnel, for one game. One game at a time. We got to win this one game. It's a one-game season. There's not one team that I'm going to sit here and say, if New England makes it into the playoffs, that the team they're going, if it's Baltimore, if it's Kansas City, if it's Tennessee, I don't see it. I don't see it.
You look at them, and the difference, it's Tom. I hear what you're saying, but to me, it's just Tom. It all has to come to an end. I mean, the classic cars, they still look sweet, but they're not as fast as the new ones. He's not as fast as Lamar. He's not Deshaun Jackson. That new age quarterback that can't be stopped. He's not that guy anymore, and he's not slicing and dicing like he used to be from the pocket. I look at the Peyton Manning with the Broncos when they won the Super Bowl. Ooh. When Peyton Manning was playing like that. 2 years before that, he was MVP of the league, threw for 50-something touchdowns. It goes, and once it goes quick. And I think we're starting to see that. It isn't quite like it was with Peyton, but Tom isn't the same old Tom. And he can stand up after and do the press conference like that. But I'm trying to read between the lines. He just doesn't have the talent around him like he used to.
All right. Did the Chiefs prove anything yesterday? Are the Chiefs a legitimate Super Bowl contender?
Yes, they are for me. But they were before that game. You have to look at what their season has looked like in a capsule in terms of the injuries and the time missed from Patrick Mahomes and then them returning back to form. You saw it yesterday, how they jumped out to that big lead. But if you're talking about the top teams, if we're going to shoot the Patriots down from being 10-3, then other than the Baltimore Ravens, what team in the AFC doesn't have those warts? And even the Ravens of late, some conversations about that offense slowing down. So just based on a relative experience, you're judged by your opponents. Of course the Chiefs are contenders. They were one play away last year from being in the Super Bowl, so they're still there for me.
Listen, I know we got Baby Whitlock on this part of the segment, so he's an apologist for Kansas City.
Oh, here we go.
We got a Hall of Famer. I don't know if you claim Atlanta for a Hall of Fame, but I'm thinking it's Kansas City.
There it is.
But no, they're not a legitimate Super Bowl contender, and I'm going to tell you why. There's not enough defense for this team to carry this Kansas City Chiefs team if their offense does not get it done. Now, here's what's telling about the offense. They're 27th in rush offense. They're 20th in total defense. I don't see Patrick Mahomes playing the type of football this season where it would make me feel as though you can put this Chiefs entire team and season on his shoulders and you can ride that to the Super Bowl. I don't think Mahomes can do it by himself, and they don't have the defense to be able to get them there, and I say no.
The defense has been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks, though. I think that's the reason why I'm so excited for them to make a Super Bowl run. I don't think they're going to lose the rest of the season. I think this is a Super Bowl caliber team where they're going to play against the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC Championship game. I think that's what's going to happen here. Because in Patrick Mahomes, people are learning how to defend him. They're going that man coverage, and they're forcing him, but he's starting to use his legs like the rest of them, like the rest of these young guys. And if he can continue doing that, if he can get that 35 to 50 yards rushing the game, I think he can go out there and take them to the Super Bowl.
I'm not going to make this prediction today, but by Friday I may. Chiefs going to lose to the Broncos this weekend. That's not a prediction. That's just where the direction I'm headed. I'm not sold on this Chiefs team for many of the reasons LaVar just stated. The lack of the Chiefs' running game is going to bite them in the rear end. LaShawn McCoy is either too old, Andy Reid doesn't trust him enough, but they started running this kid Thompson out there yesterday, and he damn near looked like me. And he didn't know where to go. He didn't know when to cut. Their running game, non-existent. That's a problem. I do like the way their defense has been playing better.
Yes.
But I'm going to go back to what LaVar said. It's just like Patrick Mahomes, because of the knee injury, yesterday he had a hand injury. He's not the same as he was last year. I still think he's the most talented quarterback in the league. He's still the quarterback I would want the most to be leading my franchise in the league. But this year, he's a cut below what he was last year. And so I say, if he's a cut below and there's no running game, can he compensate in extreme weather, Arrowhead's outdoor stadium? Maybe they got to go to New England outdoor stadium. Can he compensate for a lack of running game and a defense that I still don't fully trust? I say no.
I say yes, because he has this year. All right, we have to look at this by the results. So Patrick Mahomes, while under center this year, 8-3. In 6 of those 8 wins, if you talk about those 11 games, he threw for 1 or fewer touchdowns. So that makes you say, Patrick Mahomes not playing that well this year compared to last year. But then you have to say, what has picked up around him? The defense, in particular, the pass defense. In the passing league, they're 12th. You say, they're 20th ranked this year in defense. What were they last year? 1 play away from the Super Bowl, and that play was a penalty. 31st. What were they last year in terms of points? 24th. This year, 14th. All you have to say right now is there's this seesaw effect that's balancing out the equation of actually a better team despite lesser quarterback play. What if Patrick Mahomes picks it up right when you need him to, right before the playoffs and through the playoffs? More Patrick Mahomes with this defense, they're in the Super Bowl.
That's a hell of an argument, one that I agree with. I just don't know if we're going to get there to that level of play for Patrick. And again, still the most talented quarterback, still the quarterback I'd want the most, down a little bit this year.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.